Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Anime Podcast channel. My name is Benji, and today's video is extra special. We are going to talk about one of One Piece's greatest antagonists, Cody Jones. Just kidding. But we are going to talk about one of One Piece's most iconic villains, if not the most iconic villain in One Piece, Donquixote Doflamingo. A character you know has at least one pair of the black Air Forces with the creases. He has to. But aside from that, we know currently in Wano that Doflamingo is at a commission currently in the story. And he's currently in the deepest, darkest part of Impel Down. I believe level 6 if I'm not mistaken. But it's without a shadow of a doubt that Dofi will make a re-emergence within the story sooner or later. And that is what this video is all about. Doflamingo's return to One Piece. What his role will be, what his goals are, how will he escape, will all be answered in this video. But before I begin, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Me and my boys Nick and JC come up with weekly podcast episodes on all of your favorite manga and anime. And if you haven't already, go ahead and join our Discord. We talk One Piece, Jujutsu, Demon Slayer, all kinds of series in our Discord. And also, before I begin, I want to give a huge thank you to both my boy Soma as well as my boy Prism in Discord. Both of these guys helped me conceptualize all of the theories in this video. But without wasting any more of your time, let's begin. So to start, I want to briefly go over Doflamingo as a character. This will establish the groundwork of how Doflamingo operates and give us some idea what Dofi will do later on in the story. Now, first off, Doflamingo is a wild man. Even as a child, Dofi had very much established as a character who was different, to say the least. But he wore sunglasses at night. Like, you know, come on. He even asked his pops, where the slaves at? Like what? Like, this man is different, dog. Yo, imagine a kid asking where the slaves at. Oh, man. That's crazy. Shout out Oda. But nonetheless, Dofi has proven himself to be one of the most iconic antagonists in all of Shonen, and someone who will remain a mainstay character within One Piece. But here's the thing that made Doflamingo so intriguing as a character was his ability to be self-aware of his role in the series. And what I mean by that is Doflamingo knew what needed to be done in order for him to gain and sustain power by any means necessary. Doflamingo was an evil-ass mother. He understood his role, basically. Doflamingo isn't necessarily the strongest character in One Piece, despite having both an awakened devil fruit and conqueror's haki. So he doesn't have the option to completely blitz any admirals or yonkos. Yet he was savvy enough to make it mutually beneficial for both him and Kaido to work together, and produce the smile fruits for Kaido's beast pirates. He was intelligent enough to realize becoming a warlord provided him with the perfect middle ground to continue his tyranny in Dressrosa without the interference of the Marines. And he was brazen enough to have a relationship with the Gorosei, or the world government. But I'll get into that a little bit later in the video. Point is, Doflamingo is an extremely fascinating character. Yet, after all of this, Dofi eventually met the end of his reign due to our favorite pirate captain, Monkey D. Luffy. And my boy Trafalgar Law. My goats. And like I said before, it's currently locked up in the deepest, darkest level of Impel Down. And they took absolutely no chances with Dofi. They chained this man up from head to toe. Literally. Quick side note, Dofi kind of makes the prison stripes pretty drippy. Low key. You know, just saying. Yet with all this happened, the question arises, will Dofi make an appearance back in the story? What will his role be, his goals, and how will they subsequently play out? So how about we answer those questions right now? So to start off, let's answer whether or not Doflamingo will have a major role in the story from here on out. And the answer is, yeah. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't be making this video. And in all seriousness, this becomes more apparent when you look at Doflamingo's speech when he's in Impel Down. And I quote, "Tell this to the Tenryobito, perched atop their ivory towers in Marijois. You bastards will be yanked from your golden thrones. It's been 25 years since Goldie Roger first ruled the Grand Line. His arch enemy, Whitebeard, never ascended to that throne. He ruled kneeling before it. Now what? In the eyes of countless pirates that now proud these seas, there is but one conspicuously empty throne. You do know what that means, right? But you can kind of see where I'm going with this. Doflamingo is a character with way too many secrets and way too much knowledge of the celestial dragons. And to have him simply locked behind bars for the entirety of the series just wouldn't do justice to such a goated character. But that threat he poses to the world government may be the biggest piece of evidence to Doflamingo's return to the story. So we know that Doflamingo has a very interesting relationship with the world government and the celestial dragons. Hence, he used to be one. One's relationship where he hates the celestial dragons for how they rejected him from Marijwa, even after killing his father. Yeah, did I mention Doflamingo was wild? Yeah. Yet still feels in the same existence that he's superior to anyone else, the same way that the celestial dragons believe they're superior to all of mankind. Not necessarily in the same way though. His hatred of the world government and the world they have built has motivated Doflamingo to do his best to burn it all down and build a world where he stands atop as king. And huge shout out and thank you to my boy Somo on Discord. He actually sent me this really cool parallel between Doflamingo and Emu standing on top of their thrones. But what makes this more and more interesting is that Doflamingo has secrets that can bend the celestial dragons to his will. And that's really how he was able to get away with so many things in Dressrosa. Simply in fear of if he were to unveil any of these secrets, the world will divulge into chaos. And like I said before, this is one of the main reasons why Doflamingo's actions within Dressrosa had gone unchecked. He was proverbially untouchable at this point. And it took his defeat by Law and Luffy to shine some light on all of the misdeeds he had done. But the one key piece of information that we received from Dofi, and the reason why the world government is so terrified of him, is the knowledge of the treasure hidden beneath Marijwa. Like I said before, if this knowledge were to get out in the open, this would create an imbalance within the One Piece world. And I even have a super dope quote of Dofi actually reiterating this and kind of being self-aware of his own presence in the story. And I quote, "I was the one holding the reins on all the monsters in this world. You shouldn't have taken me down. Mark my words, you will rue this mistake." And if that's not means for bringing this guy back, I don't know what is. And my interpretation of this was that Doflamingo, from his connection to Caesar Clown, more so his connection with the Smile Fruits and Vagabond, to Kaido, to the world government, his foot's in the door from all angles of the great powers of the world. But his imprisonment means that if he were ever to be let out or escape, he's bound by no obligations. Not even the world government can have a hold on the chaos that Doflamingo can bring to the world. Now this brings us to our biggest question in the video. How will Doflamingo escape, and what will his goals be if he does escape? Now, quick disclaimer. Now, bear with me because this is pretty speculative, but in my opinion, this is very possible of how everything could turn out. So going back to the aftermath of Revelry, it is seemingly that something has happened to both Vivi and Sabo. Now, Vivi, I have a theory that goes along with her connections, what may be the Great Cleansing coming up after Wano, but I have a video for you a little bit later on about that. But Sabo, his situation is a little bit different. And from chapter 956, we can infer that something bad has happened to Sabo, when he and a group of revolutionaries finally sought out to declare war on the celestial dragons and the world government. Now, like I said, we don't know exactly what happened, but we can infer that he's either dead or alive. More so leaning towards him being alive. But if he was captured alive, where could he possibly go to? Where would they send him to? I wonder where? Impaled down, perhaps? Now you may be seeing where I'm going with this. Now I believe if Sabo is sent to Impel Down, it's inevitable that Doflamingo as well as Sabo will cross paths. And this will be very interesting because if you really think about it, two individuals from royal families who have ultimately been pushed aside from their lineage. Sabo from a noble family, Doflamingo from the Celestial Dragons. God's chosen people. Yet both have a strong disdain for the world government. Now both are obviously different in what they believe in and how they invoke their sense of justice. But the one thing that bonds these two characters together is both want to change the status quo, the abolishing of the world government and the evil that they hold over the world. Now, of course, I know Sabo knows of how vile of a man Doflamingo is. He was in Dressrosa as well as any other person. Yet working together in order to get out of Impel Down doesn't seem too far-fetched in the story. And then from there, perhaps Doflamingo will team up with the revolutionaries since they do have a very common goal, bringing down the world government. Now, obviously I know that Doflamingo isn't the type to really be an ally to the good guys, but it isn't far-fetched. And at least he can make them aware of the treasure hidden beneath Marizwa, the very one the world government seems so keen on hiding from the world. Now you may be asking, what if Sabo doesn't even go to Impel Down? Well, shit, I don't know. But regardless, like I said before, Doflamingo is someone who's savvy enough to work with anyone if it ultimately is beneficial to him. So escaping Impel Down is bound to happen, and whether he does it through ordinary means or creating chaos, it aligns with Doflamingo's character. And we gotta see Doflamingo at the final war at Marizwa. And this would be the perfect way, well, not necessarily the perfect way, but the most probable way in order for him to get there. But these are just my thoughts. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed any kind of videos like this, like these One Piece discussion videos, let me know down in the comments, as well as liking and subscribing to the channel. I love you guys' feedback. I really do. And I can't stress this enough. A special shout out to Prism as well as my boy Soma on Discord. Both of these guys came in with the heat when it came to conceptualizing this video. But like I said before, go ahead and join the Discord family. We talk all kinds of One Piece, Jujutsu, Sakimoto Days, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, all of it in the Discord. Go ahead and join right now. But with that being said, my name is Benji, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. You get that? You got that? Love you guys. Peace.